Puberty sucks. It's one of the most awkward and uncomfortable periods in one's young life, and it's no more evident than here in the next Dragon Ball Z movie, Broly the Second Coming. Goku is long dead, and Gohan is no longer the little badass he was during the Cell Saga. At this point in the storyline, Gohan is in high school and has adopted his Saiyaman alter ego, and everybody just loves Saiyaman. Unfortunately for Gohan, an old enemy from the past has returned, and he wants cold-blooded vengeance. Can Gohan go toe-to-toe with the ultimate Super Saiyan? Find out in our review of the 10th Dragon Ball Z movie, Broly, the Second Coming.
The Japanese fans love Broly, and so far in the DBZ film series, he was the most reoccurring villain, only one film ahead of Cooler. To put it in perspective, Broly's Second Coming was released to Japanese audiences on March 12, 1994, and was a roaring success. The movie opens up with a scene from the first Broly film, and we learn that after being impaled by Goku's fist, Broly found a space pod and escaped before the planet could explode. Conveniently, the space pod lands on Earth but puts Broly in a state of suspended plot device animation.
So our group here is looking for the Dragon Balls to make some pretty ridiculous wishes, and the antics just ensue. I know what they were trying to go for here. They wanted to capture that adventure feeling that was so prevalent in the original Dragon Ball anime series. The problem is that it just doesn't work here. You see, Goku as a child was naive and frankly kind of stupid at times. But we were seeing the world through his eyes as he saw it for the first time. With these guys, you get the feeling that they're on some sort of amusement park ride just waiting for the big baddie to show up. They also try to shoehorn in this plot with a small village, sacrificing a girl to a monster in the mountains. I don't know, I just don't care. Broly's name is in the title and we saw him at the beginning, so just give us the damn fighting already. We know it's coming.
Fun fact!
I just thought this movie sucked. Is that fun enough for you?
So after watching the gang brutally murder and eat a dinosaur, it's off to the mountains to inadvertently wake up Broly. How, you ask? Well, Goten cries like a little bitch, causing Broly to get a Vietnam-style flashback of Goku crying, which pisses him off. He explodes from his icy tomb with one desire, well, two actually, take a really long piss and kill Goten and his annoying friends.
What follows is a never-ending chase scene of cat and mouse. The group is ambushed as Broly dishes out constant punishment. In all fairness, I have to give some credit to Videl. Her initial scuffle is pretty well done and baffling at first, considering the difference in her power compared to Broly's. Try as they might, Goten and Trunks can only run from Broly, and even desperately try to summon the dragon. But Broly says, "Fuck that noise, here's some footage of a grown man wailing on some kids, you sick fucks."
Fortunately, the movie does pick up considerably when Gohan shows up about halfway through. And that just seems criminal, by the way. When Broly sees Gohan, he goes nuts, thinking it's Goku and attacks him like a mad dog. After a lengthy light show of explosion and punches, Gohan goes into Super Saiyan 2 transformation and begins to dominate Broly. With his back against the wall, Broly transforms into his legendary Super Saiyan form, and in a cheap move, the animators reuse the same sequence from the last Broly film. Anyway, the best action sequence takes place during the part of the movie where both Gohan and Broly demonstrate how powerful they are by destroying landscapes and even fighting in the core of the Earth. But even after being submerged in magma, Broly continues to fight and push our heroes back.
Gohan tries blasting Broly with a SuperKamiGuru9000, but it does little damage. Oddly enough, this movie ends very similarly, not only to the last movie Bojack Unbound, but also to the canon Cell Saga too. Through the magic of, let's call it blind luck, our heroes accidentally make a wish with the Dragon Balls that brings Goku back for a few seconds to allow Gohan, Goten, and Goku to do a family Kamehameha together. Admittedly, it is cool to see Goku and his sons together using his signature technique. The resulting blast sends Broly hurling into the sun, where he explodes, never to be heard from again. That is until Broly's final movie appearance, which came soon after this masterpiece. We dare not speak its name, but be warned, it's coming, and it knows we're afraid.
Hey you guys, it's Christian and Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000, and this is the time where we tell you what we really thought about this movie. I have to begin with saying that it took a while for us to finish this review, mostly because we were just like, not that we hated this movie, we were just so not interested in even watching it again or anything. It was just kind of like, and we watched it again, and we're like, oh yeah, it's just this big, stupid, hour-long movie of Gotenks and Trunks and their shenanigans. And it's just like, I never cared about them, and they should never be the main characters of anything. Like, they're cool side characters, but do not put them at the forefront of a movie. They are dumb. And after all that, by the time Gohan got there, I just didn't care anymore. And it's a cool movie. No, it's not even a cool movie if you like watching DBZ explosions. It's not that good. It's not that good. Okay, Corey, your turn.
Considering how negative you were about this one, I'm going to try not to be so mean, but I am in full agreement of all the Dragon Ball Z movies. This is where it really started to get stale, and it just completely baffles me that Broly is such a popular villain, especially in Japan, because he's the most one-note villain of all time in the entire series. In fact, throughout the entire movie, you'll notice that he only has one line of dialogue, which happens to be Kakarot, which he screams at the top of his lungs constantly while running after Goten and Trunks. And Goten and Trunks, they're really the problem here. You know, if this was a movie about Gohan and Videl maybe exploring their relationship and them training a little bit more and Broly maybe happen to show up, or maybe someone else entirely, it could have been something I think a little more better. But the fact that they're trying to push this like really annoying version of Trunks on us after we've been given future Trunks for the last like couple of movies and even his own like special mini saga in the anime, it's very disappointing. And like I said, I know what they're trying to do here, and I know what they were trying to do with the fact when they introduced Goten. They were trying to bring it back to Dragon Ball. They're trying to bring the adventure back in and a little bit more of the comedy. And I agree with you, Christian. I think that both Goten and Trunks are great side characters, but they do not need to be the main stars of a movie. And unfortunately, that's going to be a trend that's going to follow into the next one because they also happen to be the stars of the next film, which is, I'd say, 50% of the reason why the movie sucks as well. But they also happen to bring back another one-note villain, which is Broly. And, you know, I originally didn't even care for the first Broly movie. I thought it was just kind of a big meat-headed dumb movie. But after watching it again and seeing, like, the relationship with Paragus and everything, I can accept why people like it. I can't accept why people like this movie, though, because it's just a piss-poor representation of Dragon Ball. And I hate saying that about an official part of the actual series because, you know, I just don't care for this one. It's mostly in my collection just to have it. And it still baffles me that this character got 3 movies all devoted to himself. And, you know, this is just that part of the series, too, where Goku's no longer really in the forefront and everything. And you kind of kept asking yourself, even while watching the anime series, where's Goku? Why isn't he here? Well, he's the main character. He's the main character of the series. What the fuck is going on? But there it is. This is Broly, the Second Coming. Personally, from us, I think you should avoid this one like the plague. It's just one of the shittiest Dragon Ball Z movies, and I'd say probably the second worst one next to the one that's coming right after this. And I'm not going to say its name. I just don't want to. It's just pure evil, and you will definitely see in our next review. But still, there's not all bad. We get to know that there's going to be some good movies coming up right after this, like Fusion Reborn, which features some awesome villains like Janemba, and even Wrath of the Dragon after that is pretty cool. So we're still going to end on some pretty good notes. And the good news is when we're done reviewing all these movies, it'll be just in time for the Blu-ray release of Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods in Japan, so we'll be able to give you guys a full review on that new movie, which I cannot wait to see. That's going to rectify every bad thing that was done in this Broly movie. So there it is, guys. We will see you next time, so stay tuned for the next review of the 11th Dragon Ball Z movie. I'm Corey, and this is Christian, SuperKamiGuru9000. Out.